Black Cajun Sports Talk. Decided to power up today on an emergency basis. We had a big news development the last couple of days, so we had to get out here and give some coverage to a huge event. Maeve McErlane is off the table. It's over. Yeah. It's a wrap. It's done. Tell the people, young lady, where will you be playing college basketball? It's done. Tell the people, young lady, where will you be playing college basketball?
I will be going to the University of DePaul.
Now, let me ask a couple questions. Are you a glutton for punishment? Do you have some polar bear in you? Do you just want to go to the coldest place in the universe? Or is it just that the basketball program overpowered you? Because Chicago is cold, man.
Oh, I know. It was definitely the basketball program, and the school itself just overpowered that all. I know summers in Chicago, they're good though.
Oh, they're beautiful.
But, yes. But it definitely overpowered the winters, the school itself.
Have you taken an official visit to DePaul?
I have not.
Unofficial?
No.
Have you been to Chicago?
I have been to Chicago.
You went in the summer?
Yes.
I went and they had this huge festival. I forget what they call it. Chicago Cooks or something. Everybody eats in Chicago, and it was in right near the lake, out in the park. Thousands of food trucks. It was beautiful. Beautiful. Then I went one time in the winter. And I said, you know what? This is not for me. But I am glad for you because, you know, you get to play in the Big East Conference. Was that a big part of the decision-making process for you?
It definitely was. The Big East is such a great conference and so competitive. And now that UConn's coming back into the conference, it's definitely like, oh, we get to play UConn every year. And also, I know a lot of the schools are kind of like a 2-hour, 6-hour radius from Drexel Hill, where I'm from. So that was kind of also a factor into it. My parents would come to a lot of my games, but the Big East is such a great conference, and I can't wait to play in it.
Well, I have to let the people know we have to do full disclosure on here. You are a Delco girl, right?
Yes, I am.
And your dad is a Delco guy, and I'm a Delco guy. I'm from Darby Township. So, you know, that's why we're having this emergency session. You know, when your dad said you were coming, that's a big deal. Delco girl going to the Big East. So you mentioned UConn going back to the Big East. One of my good friends is Phil Martelli. And for probably 6 or 7 years now, we've had a standing bet. Whenever UConn plays South Carolina, I take South Carolina. He takes Gino because that's his friend, and Dawn is my friend. Are those the type of programs you're looking to help DePaul build up to and compete with? Things like what's going on in South Carolina and UConn. Is that the level you want to play in college?
Yes, sir, definitely. And I know DePaul, their out-of-conference games are always top 25 teams, and that's so intriguing. And I want to especially help DePaul build up to be one of those programs. And I would say they already are. It's just to get to that like top 5 and really be a competitor. So
how do you play? What are you? A wing, point guard? What are you?
I would say I am the versatile guard, point guard and a 2 guard, occasionally a 3 guard, but one of my strengths is pushing in transition and just playing at a fast pace. And that's something I love watching DePaul. They're always just going so fast, but they also have a controlled pace at times, and they're just such a fun team to watch.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'9", but in my shoes, I'm 5'10".
How many points you averaged this year?
This year, I think it was maybe 20. I think 20.
Well, you get buckets then. You're a bucket getter. That's what you do, right?
Yes, sir.
You go continue to do that in college?
Of course.
All right, I'm gonna give 3 names. I want you to
Mm-hmm.
give me your first impression you know, when you were out here on the circuit or wherever. I know you ran into him. Number one, Diamond Johnson. What'd you think
Mm-hmm.
of her?
So I watched Diamond play. I've only ever seen her play once. She is a phenomenal player. The way she's not that tall, but her strengths give her the capability to be able to get into the lane, and her shot is insane. I swear she can shoot from half court and those shots will go in, but she's a phenomenal player. She was really fun to watch when I watched her.
The young lady at UConn, Paige, what's her last name? How you pronounce it?
I say Beckers.
Yo, I say buckets, man. She
Yeah.
gets what she did to Dawn, because I'm sitting there thinking I got this bet won. And I watched her single-handedly pull that game out for UConn. Talk about her.
I did watch that game. I know I've seen her play live once, and she just does everything so like perfectly in a way. She's such a sound player, and I think that's what makes her so great. She doesn't have to do all these fancy moves to succeed.
Not at all.
It's just she has the whole package to be able to drive, stop at mid-range, three-point, even on defense. And I feel like she just makes all her teammates better.
And she's dealing with it under pressure, under the biggest lights as a freshman. She should go pro. She should go pro this year. She should
I know.
And lastly, I hope you saw this young lady play. Angel Reese down in Maryland. Have you had a chance to see her play?
I have, and I've seen when she was in high school, I watched a lot of her highlights on like social media and things like that. She is a tough one. I'll give it to her. Her strength and capability in the post is insane, and just her toughness is something that really sticks out to me. She has such an urge to win every single game, no matter what it takes.
Now, are there girls from Philadelphia, now that Diamond is left and you're leaving, you know, what about the other girls, maybe the unsigned girls or the juniors or the sophomore that play on that level? Are we producing that caliber of player? Would you rank the young ladies? I mentioned that I was going to talk to you, to a family, and apparently you guys played prep charter not long ago?
Yes, we did.
And there's a left-handed young girl. She's probably about 5'11", kind of slim. Sneed. Alea Sleeve.
Yes.
You know, I know she's coming along. I don't know. Did you give her a lot? Did you give her the business? Tell the truth. How much did you get against prep charter?
Against Penn Charter, I had 24.
Oh, you gave her the business.
I had 24. I think she may have had 16 or 18, but we were going at it the whole time. We were guarding each other the whole time. You know, I think I know our game plan was to stop Alea, and Penn Charter's may have been to stop me, but
wait.
She's a hard player.
The sophomore is in the scouting report like that?
Yes, she is. There are two sophomores that were in the scouting report, her and Kelsey Best.
So you leaving us in good hands? Is some other girls right behind you?
Yes, they have the ceiling is so high for both of them.
Who else around here? Come on, because you know I'm new on this.
Okay.
Now Ava Sciola is right behind you too, right? 1 year.
Yes, Ava, it's funny. We grew up playing AAU. She played for the Magic, and I always played for the Comets. But both of those teams, we always went at it. They were our rivals growing up until like 8th grade when she went to the Bells. But she is a great player as well. Her shot is very such a fundamental shot, especially her three, and then her ability to get to the basket is really good.
So if you had to pick a guy that I know, that maybe an NBA player or college player whose game most resembles yours, or who you feel really influenced what you try to do on the court, who would that be?
Well, in my free time, I study Devin Booker. I feel like he
ain't won nothing.
Yeah. But when he does, I just feel like a lot of my moves and stuff come from him, but also just Dame's composure is something that I really look at. You know,
shoot the ball from deep. You shoot it deep.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I mean, he gets it off and gets, you know, it's probably 6 or 7 guys. I mean, that line really means nothing. He's one, of course, Damian Lillard, Steph, Clay, Trae Young. I mean, these guys are shooting that ball
Uh-huh.
deep, like 30, 31.
Very.
You out there, Maeve, with it? You.
Uh, I got NBA range. Yeah, maybe they're
Oh,
shooting it from like half court, but I do have that. Yeah.
NBA 3-point range right
Mhm.
now.
Mhm.
Oh, at what clip? What? 30%, 40%, 50%?
Uh, maybe like 40%, high 30s. When I tend to just kind of stay around the three, but when I do shoot those pro range shots, they do go in. So I've
How
been
was
working on those since eighth grade.
how was your how badly should I say was your season impacted by all this nonsense we're dealing with? How many games did you guys get in?
We only got 9 games.
And ordinarily you would play what, 25, 30 games?
Yeah, 25, 30.
You only had 9 games your senior year.
Yeah, junior year. I still got one more.
Oh, wait a minute. You got a whole nother season?
Yeah.
Oh, we breaking records. Who you playing with this Sunday?
The Comets.
Now, they out of where?
They're out of Delco, Drexel Hill.
Are they on one
We're
of,
in the Under
is
Armour
that Mom
circuit.
and Pop? Oh, that's Under Armour.
Mm-hmm.
So is that, do they mimic the boys? 3-4 national,
Yes.
and then
Ours are,
and then the playoffs?
yeah, our first tournament for Under Armour, we open up in Alabama. And then I think we go to Indiana. And then our finals are actually at Spooky Nook.
So why you come off the table right now if you got a year? You just were really comfortable? Who were the runner-ups?
The runner-ups, I had about 7 offers. The runner-ups were just LaSalle, St. Joe's, FAU. I knew DePaul was the right fit and the right offer, and I knew I didn't take it out of just because the whole COVID thing or ever. I would have committed to DePaul when I did, or at the end of next summer. I just knew that was the school for me.
You have made your choice at the absolute perfect time. So you're a case study because the first 2 runner-ups that you mentioned were LaSalle and St. Joseph's. So here's the thing. Why would a local superstar, because that's what you are, why would a local superstar choose to go play in Siberia over LaSalle and St. Joe's? Did the home court, your mom and dad getting a cheesesteak and getting back home right after watching you, that didn't pull at you at all? Because this is a big question people are asking, like, why do the superstar kids like you keep choosing schools that are far away instead of the locals?
Well, I feel like a lot of girls around here, they tend to stay at those local schools, and I have so much respect for every single one of them. But I know myself, I kind of just wanted to make an impact on younger players as well, to tell them that like it's okay to travel when you want to go to a school and if you know it's the right fit. And my mom went to LaSalle, so it would have been, she went there if I went there. But
you're a legacy too.
Yeah. I just
was it hard? Tell me it was hard to choose DePaul over the locals. Hard. That might make people feel a little better, if we say that.
It was 100%.
Now, did the conference affiliation and the how do I put it? The amenities that come with playing on a Big East program, you guys are probably going to travel a little differently than the lower programs. I know that the financial stipend is a little different than it is at the local programs. Did you weigh all of that stuff in it, or was it on-court stuff that you factored into your decision-making process?
Well, something that was really intriguing is I like football, so I know that the basketball players, they tend to get catered to, but in a really good way. So that definitely was very intriguing. I really liked that.
All right. Well, there you have it, people. Another superstar,
Mm.
local, didn't stay home. I mean, you have no idea how current this debate is. It's raging right now. The last
Mhm.
4 or 5 days, I've probably seen 80 to 100 posts trying to figure out what goes on through someone like your head at this moment. What they're saying is that your AAU guys, whoever's on the comments, that those people probably have some kind of prior relationship with DePaul, and they probably encourage you to choose DePaul over the locals. Did you get any pressure like that, or did you make up your own mind?
I don't think I received any pressure in making this choice. I made up my own mind, knew it was the right decision. Because I know at Comets, a lot of players, they tend to stay local, but I just knew that it was the right one, and I'm really happy with my decision.
And I'm happy for you, and I'm happy you said it, because I say it all the time that all you 17, 18-year-olds, can't nobody tell y'all anything. Y'all do what you want to do anyway.
You got that right.
So is going to DePaul, do you fly into Midway or O'Hare?
O'Hare.
Midway is easier and smaller.
Yes.
You might want to find. I'm telling you, I flew in a couple of times, and you jump on like the equivalent of their subway, and you're right in town. Midway is easy. O'Hare is a big sprawling mess. It is.
Good to know.
So this year, now that you're all committed, you still gonna give the full AAU approach? You're gonna play every event, do everything, or you are?
I am. Yes.
Are some
every
of your
game?
Are some of your teammates Division I caliber players?
Yes, I would say every single girl on my team is a Division I caliber player.
We have the Delaware County Comets. Y'all like that?
We have 2 other girls who are committed right now. One, Grace O'Neill, actually plays for Carroll. She's going to Drexel, and then Caitlin Flanagan at PW is going to Holy Cross.
Oh, y'all smart girls too, huh?
Yeah.
What's your GPA? Is it one of those smart GPAs? Is it way up there?
I got like a just 3.7. I just worked really hard.
That's like not really smart these days. You don't think that's a smart girl GPA?
Well, a lot of my friends, they're at like 4.0s and higher. I'm good with my 3.7. If I can achieve higher, that's great.
But they aren't all world basketball players either. So you gotta factor that in. You got other stuff to do. Hey, you gotta work on that game.
Yes, sir.
So what? I mean, it's just nothing to look forward to until the AAU stuff. Are they gonna have all-star game? Anything for the girls that only get to play 7-8 games? Y'all just suffer through that?
Yeah, there's nothing that I know of. My time in this off time is just to bring my game to a whole nother level. So I'm looking forward to that. Coming out strong for AAU.
When I posted that thing about, I retweeted or posted your commitment, Zane from Chester chimed in. You work with Zane?
I do work with Zane. Zane is awesome. I've been working with Zane since 5th or 6th grade.
Do you know Zane? Yeah. You're just too young. You have no idea who Zane the player is, right?
I've seen a couple highlights. He is very tough, but I know he by what people tell me, he was a more than great, more than amazing.
Oh my God! Yeah, he old. Yeah. You could probably get him now, but young Zane, woo! At Chester High, Zane. I think Zane scored 60, 70 points in one game. Something ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Something like that. And he did well in college too. Well, look, I am glad to have you on here. I did not know you had a whole another year.
Yes.
You got some guys coming back. Can y'all make a run next year?
We can. We're graduating 3 seniors. But I believe that we can win our league again. And we'll get it next year.
Is What league are you in? Interact?
Yeah, the Interact.
So that's Penn Charter and them, right?
Penn Charter, GA, um, Baldwin, Springside, Chestnut Hill, Agnes Irwin, and then us.
Agnes Irwin don't have no players, do they?
We beat them 91-17.
My niece just graduated from there. She went there K through 12. Walking around that campus, I looked at them. I said, y'all don't have no players here. They just a bunch of smart girls. They're not players. They're not players. Now,
yeah.
How was your experience at Notre Dame? You like it up there?
I love it. I've been here since 6th grade. I've nothing but good things to say about the school.
So you prior to that, did you go to an all-girl Catholic elementary?
I didn't. I went to a Catholic co-ed school.
So you've been around knuckleheads in your life. So it's not going to shock you.
Yes, I have. Many knuckleheads.
When you see boys drinking and falling off balconies and all the dumb stuff that boys do, you won't be shocked, right?
No, I won't. I'll be ready for it.
You know, college-age boys do some pretty stupid things, you know, so just steer clear of all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure
I've heard stories about my dad, so I'm
all right. Well, at least I guess you lose what, 20 games this year. But if you get a full schedule next year and the Comets this summer, do y'all do some preliminary stuff, live period stuff? They got to get out and scrimmage, right? You don't just show up at the live period.
We should are you talking about preseason things?
Yeah, for the AAU stuff, like maybe play the Bells or the Sparks or just somebody as like warm-up for live period.
I'm sure that will happen. I know we start a month or two in advance for practice before we start, but I'm sure that we'll get some scrimmages in.
So what's your day going to be like now? You got no team practice, no nothing. You just going to work out on your own?
Yeah, it's going to be go to school, go to strength training, do my homework, go to basketball workout.
With Zane, where's he at? He's still in a little church somewhere?
Yes, he hasn't been in there recently. Something happened with flooding or something, but I think he's back in there. I don't know if it's a church, but it's a gym in Chester.
So you were all Delco as a sophomore?
Yes.
Were you all Delco as a freshman? You weren't all Delco as a freshman.
I was second team.
Ouch. You were second team all Delco as a freshman?
Yeah.
And first team as a sophomore. Now they're going to screw you this year because you only had 9 games?
I don't even know if they'll do it this year. They didn't do it for spring sports, I don't think.
Oh, all right. No. Wow. You pushing.
We'll see what happens.
A 3-timer. Do I know anybody that made it 3 times? I don't think I know any 3-time all Delco performers. Well, Maeve, this has been a real treat for me to have a Delaware County superstar on this platform talking about her commitment to the Big East, explaining why she turned her back on her mother's alma mater, LaSalle, and St. Joseph's. Temple didn't offer?
No.
Nova didn't offer?
No.
Drexel didn't offer?
No.
Penn didn't offer?
No.
What's wrong with these folks?
I don't know, but
see, that's another thing I always point out when they say, well, why do kids go? I'm like, so you're good enough for the Big East, but those 4 schools didn't even extend you an offer. So good luck in Chicago. But before that, good luck in Alabama on that first leg.
Yes, sir. You're
going to have me looking for the comments. Y'all going to have to be at or near the top of the standings. I have such high.
For sure. We'll get there.
I have really high expectations for you and Ava now. It's your world. This is it. This is you and her. Anybody else, rising senior, locally committing to places like the Big Ten, Big East?
Well, Ryan Allen at Wood. So I guess you could call that local. She's got offers from a lot of big time schools. She'll go big time. She's very good.
Warminster is far.
Yeah.
I'll extend it because you did. Warminster is far. I call that East Giblip. That's where that is. My GPS don't even go out that far. Well, look, finish your academic year up strong. I guess you and your dad, you're gonna take a little informal trip and go check Chicago out when the weather breaks.
Yes, we will be as soon as possible.
Yeah, I got a couple friends out there, but they kind of old. You don't want to hang with them. They're in their 70s or 80s. Wow, I'm of no use.
Right.
But I know you'll make some good friends in Chicago. It's a great town. And we wish you the very, very best. What was your little record for this 9 games you just played?
We went 8-1.
Who beat you?
Penn Charter.
Oh, that was the second game.
Yeah, the second game they beat us.
Oh, I gotta call Miss Sneed up. She got the blemish.
That was a hard one. We don't need to talk about that one.
Well, I have your number. I'm gonna lock it in. As soon as you're doing something local, AAU wise, if it's a scrimmage or whatever, and they're letting people in, hit me up. I'll come. I want to see it for myself.
I will. I'll be sure to.
And tell your dad I said hello, and I thank you for doing this. I'll talk to you soon, man.
Yes, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Your dad said you're a hoop head. You just like to see it all. You want to see Camden and them play live. You want to see what DJ?
I do. I want to see GJ Wagner in person.
So you want to tell the truth. You want to strap on your sneaks and see what is really going on, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, he is pretty good. I will try to see if they're going to play some games where they'll let the general public in. Right now, it's tight in New Jersey. Right. Yeah, it's tight.
Yeah.
But there might be something. One of these other towns might be a little more lax than Camden is. All right?
All
right.
All right. Thank you.
Babe. You have a good one.
See ya. You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.